Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. The Xbox 360 refuses to die. You know why? Because it's a great console. It's a great console. If you were around in 7th generation, you understand the power of the Xbox 360. But let me tell you that. Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you that you still today can find great titles. You can find a console out there, geez, from anywhere to 50 to 100 bucks. With some games, and I mean, they're still out there, right? They're still out there, garage sales, what have you. And it's one of the systems that I still collect for. There's so much value, guys. And you know me, I can't pass up value. And there's still great adventures, great finds. I showed you last time how I got a copy of Rayman. But let me show you some of the titles here. This is something that I just picked up in the last couple of days. I showed you that I was playing Vikings. Now, let me say this, guys, for people of my generation, right? Gentlemen of my generation, you have an uncle out there, you have a dad, what have you. You still want to get them into video games. This is the type of pacing we want, right? First person or third person action games where we can take our time. We're not online. We're not flustered. We're not competing against people. We don't have to sell all our information, right? We're just playing a game. We're just playing a game. What's the only drawback? It might be a little loud, but you know what? As we get older, our ears don't work that bad. I'm kidding. Guys, there are so many hits. Look, Lost Planet. I don't know if you guys ever played this. This is a great game, right? And I just got this. $8.99, part of the Platinum and Hits. Right? I picked up 2 worlds. Right? And you can have great adventures in collecting. There's a lot of loose discs. A lot of you guys sleep on loose discs out there, especially for the Xbox 360. If they're clean and they're good games, I always pick them up because stuff like this always happens to me. Let me tell you this. Game of Thrones, right? I went to GameStop to pick this game up. I already have it as a loose disc. And they went to get it. They didn't have the game. All they had was this. And I said, I was just buying this because I have a loose disc and I want to have a complete, game because I'm an Atlas fan, right? This is published by Atlas. They said, you know what? Just take it. Take it. Free. Right? So now I have a complete game. They gave me the game with manual. Right? So now I'm going to take my game out of my old sleeve because I still have those CD sleeves. You guys remember that? Boom. I got a full game from back in the day, guys. This is when I began, right, my Xbox 360 journey. Look at that price right there. $1.19 for Dark Sector. Now you can still find it out there for, pretty decent prices. You can start a collection, but there's great games, guys. There's so many great games. My 360 collection that you guys see here, you can see part of it here. This is my Xbox collection on there. Is one of my most curated collections. I mean, it's just banger after banger after banger. You know what? Most of those games, guys, they're less than 20 bucks. You can, if you really want to start a collection, if you want to start from scratch, and you want to be out there collecting games, this might be it for you. Legacy hits like BioShock. Look, beautiful, beautiful. Special edition, Bulletstorm. Games that, man, that defined the 7th generation. A lot of action, talking smack. Man, those were the days. Those were the days, and don't feel alone, right? Don't feel that you're going back too far. Right now, as we speak, worldwide, because we don't know the numbers anymore. Last time they counted, there were still about 2 million, right, active Xbox 360 users that would still log on from time to time. A lot of these servers are down now, so it's harder to calculate. But you could safely say there's still over like 500,000 people to 2 million people playing this console still. Why? Because they saw the Xbox One and they said, no, we don't want to do that. And they saw this generation of consoles where you have to sell your soul to play a game and it's really not your game, it's rented and they can shut it down wherever you want. They said no to that. So do not sleep. Guys, do not sleep on a great library like this, because who knows? Who knows? When prices are going to skyrocket. I mean, there are some games that are pretty high, but there's so many, guys. There are so many titles in here. that if you want to start collecting for retro, and if you just want an easy, right, entry point where you're not going to be spending, hundreds and hundreds of dollars a title. It's not like the Neo Geo. It's not like collecting for TurboGrafx or Saturn, right, which is really expensive. But you're still having a great time, and there's some very unique titles, guys. I mean, I have some expensive titles here, but you have stuff like Borderlands. You can get Bayonetta rather cheaply. This game right here, guys, is something else, man. This game, Asura's Wrath. I always play it because it's so different, guys. It's so different, and it was back when the Xbox brand was still embracing, Japanese developers, different kinds of ideas out there, not this uniformity, this diversity that makes everything the same just really, really sucks. Back here, there were so many bangers, and there's so many people out there that began their gaming journey with the Xbox 360. And guys, there's so many memories out there. And if you never experienced, guys, let me tell you, go get you one. You will not regret it. There's so many out there. So many collectibles. You can go for the expensive games. There's Death Smiles. There's the Atlas games that I have. Oh, man, there's so much there. There's so much in the library to explore. But if you want to begin collecting and you've never collected, this might be a starting point for you if you prefer discs. Right? If you want a low entry point, guys, this is one of the better consoles to start with. There's great entertainment, a lot of value, and plenty of titles in all kinds of genres. I'm just saying, in 2026, the Xbox 360 still rocks. Thank you so much, guys. Members, of course, you see this first. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.